And I think we are recording right now. So having said that, Mihir, take it away.
All right, thank you, Dan. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you are. Welcome to Dynamics 365 Saturday. The topic for this presentation is industry accelerators. I want to first take this moment to thank the sponsors. Thank you very much for making this event possible. This is a free event, and all the volunteers behind it do a great job in organizing this event. So thanks to everyone. A little bit about myself. I'm a D365 solution architect with IBM. I love traveling, going with family, visiting national parks. So there was some restriction this year, but we did manage to go to one park. This is the Pinnacle Peak in Stowey, Vermont. What you see here, the photo is at the top of the Pinnacle Peak, and it's a great place. You can go with kids, family, even your pets. And I really love this place. Visited this year. My Twitter handle is here, and my blog is also here for anyone. Okay, so this is the agenda which we have here for today. Introducing industry accelerators. I'll give a brief demo on the manufacturing accelerator. Also, we'll go over the what's available, that is current, what's new, that's coming between now and March of 2021, and what's planned. So what will come in the future. We'll go over this industries. And also finally, I will end with the installing industry accelerator. So what we need to know to be able to install an industry accelerator. So this slide, what are industry accelerators? So they are basically the vertical solutions that's made available by Microsoft. So this is built by Microsoft, made available on GitHub. It's built on the common data model, and it has components of the Power Platform. So if you really want to learn about how to build a vertical solution using the Power Platform, this is it. This is how you can do it. This is available on Microsoft App Source and GitHub. It's also an opportunity for ISVs. So if anyone is from the ISV community, you can build upon this industry accelerators and provide your own solution. It's also a good showcase to do a proof of concept. So if you are in an industry when you want to learn or want to see how a particular solution will fit your specific business or industry, you can take this accelerator and do a proof of concept and then take some ideas from there. This is probably the best I have found, with a lot of new innovative ideas on how to build solutions for a specific vertical, industry vertical. So what are the industries that we have currently? Microsoft is adding new industries. So as of now, we have the automotive, education, financial services, healthcare, manufacturing, media and communications, and nonprofit. So I'll be focusing on the first five. I think there is enough time for me to give a little bit of the first five, and I'll be going a deep dive on the manufacturing industry accelerator. So let's go straight into the manufacturing accelerator. Let me showcase that, and then we will go into rest of this. So once you go into this app source, if you go to Microsoft App Source, you will get to download or click on Get It Now, and you'll be able to install the manufacturing accelerator if you have a Dynamics 365 environment. So it is important that you need to have an existing Dynamics 365 environment, and you can install the manufacturing accelerator from here. Also on GitHub, Microsoft has provided the solution files as well as the data files. So we'll go over this. And this is what the manufacturing accelerator looks like. So once you have installed the manufacturing accelerator, you will see its focus is on the supplier management. So this is the view that you will get of the industry accelerator. You have the business process that it's focusing on is when you are onboarding a new supplier for the manufacturing industry. So it is very important in these days that when you do vendor onboarding, you have to have certain quality control criteria as well as there are many regulatory and compliance questions that needs to be checked and verified before any manufacturing company can onboard a supplier. And that has to be a continuous process. So you have to make sure that those certifications are valid as well as you are it is an appropriate vendor or supplier that you want to do business with. There are certain restrictions, especially in United States or European Union. There are FDA regulations if you are in a pharmaceutical industry and you are in the manufacturing sector when you're doing business on a life sciences industry. So I have done a project where this was very important and we were building a solution for the client to do vendor selection, qualification, and onboarding. So this actually is great because I could relate to this very much based on my prior project experience. So what you get is a supplier management app. And once you have the app, you will see there are two modules in there. One is the administration and one is the access management. So in the supplier management app, in the administration module, this is where you will set up your questionnaire for the vendors. So what do you want the vendors to have? Do they need to have certain capability regarding sustainability, public safety? There are different criteria that you need to have that you can ask the questions or you can set up templates. You can have certification requirements. What are the different certifications the vendor has? Quality certification, facility certification, technical certification, human resources certification. So you can set up all this, and these are all uh, right now these are all demo sample as provided by Microsoft. So you can learn from here and you can build your own cases. And also classification of products. So if you're buying a certain type of product, you want to make sure that the vendor has a particular class of the product also. And the capability, what is the manufacturing capability, how much tonnage that the vendor can provide. Once you set up the questionnaire, and you also get with this is a portal. So when you go to the portal, so this is the portal that's coming with the manufacturing accelerator. And you can see from the portal that they have a registration and onboarding of the supplier. So if there is a new supplier that wants to do business with your organization, you would refer them to this portal and they will go in and click on this and they would answer a few questions to register themselves first. So this is before they do business with you. Do you want to make sure that you are doing business with a organization which has valid as per your requirements of your industry. So I'm going to just call it Contoso. This is a sample, so I just call it sample.com. Supplier. You can set this up the way you want it. I'm just putting in some information and we can just click submit from here. So once the supplier registers, the registration is received, you go back to your app and you will go to the access management portion of this app and you will see that the registration is received right here. So this is a sample supplier I just set up right here. And then the business process kicks off where you can do an approval management process. And then the approval management will go for approval. Okay, you would do a check whether this supplier is a valid supplier. Should we, is it in is it okay to do business with them? Is it part of a administration requirement? that you can approve it, and the approval process happens. You can give them access, initial access. Once the supplier has access to it, then they can log into the portal again, and they can go in and enter the details. So I will just log in here, or I will just show you in the demo. And the other part of this is they can also have the EDI integration. So now, in addition to onboarding a supplier, you also want to make sure that they can see and be able to get details about purchase orders or upload purchase orders and invoices through the portal. And that EDI enablement is also provided right here. And that approval process also goes through this system. So it serves two purposes. One is to onboard a new supplier as well as give them access to EDI configuration and API capabilities. I think that is a good solution, and we don't need to build anything. This is coming out of the box when you install the supplier management app, and it's really a great solution that I have worked with this a little bit earlier, and now that this solution is built by Microsoft, I think it's a good manufacturing demo supplier relationship management solution. It's going back to my presentation. All right, so let's go and look at other industries. We also have the financial services banking accelerator. Right now, in the banking accelerator, you have commercial and retail banking. So we have the entities like banks, branches, loans, financial products, referrals, limits. So these entities are the common data model entities. So these entities are, as per Microsoft, they are the entities that would be used over the common data model. It also comes with onboarding of the customer, know your customer, KYC, referrals, profit tier, segmentation, business process, relationship manager, Canvas app, as well as Azure Data Lake storage for AI or machine learning. So you can really test this out if you are interested in doing this. This is the customer 360 for banking. And you can see the customer information. That is the certificate of deposit process. And this is part of the banking module currently. This is the branch manager dashboard. So if you are in a branch manager, you want to know how many applications have you received for account opening, what is the stages of the application. So you can get your reporting and branch reporting and comparison and review and manage your branch progress right from the dashboard. Financial services also has an insurance module. Right now, available now is the property, casualty, and life insurance. It's in preview. There are 30 new insurance entities, and the business processes again up for insurance industries, the producer and agency apps, quoting, issuing, and renewal of process, claims processing, recommendation of insurance products, as well as agents commission calculations. So those are specific to the insurance industry. And you can actually use both banking and insurance together in the same financial services module. So this is some of the samples for insurance module. This is the policy, the insurance auto policy. You get to see a comprehensive view of the policy right here. The agency dashboard, the insurance agency, how it is performing, similar to the bank branch, but this is from an insurance point of view. And then what is coming in the financial services industrial accelerator? So there are two new verticals that Microsoft is targeting. It's mortgage and lending business, as well as wealth management. So for mortgage and lending, you would have the apps for loan officers and mortgage consultants. You'll also get the customer collaboration 360, the mortgage loan processing or lending loan processing, and this app right now is in public preview. For wealth management, you get the wealth app for the wealth advisors and financial planners, same customer collaboration 360, financial planning module, and as investment recommendations. This is public preview in Jan of 2021. I think this is going to be very interesting, and I would really like to look at it for financial services. Okay, so the next accelerator I want to talk about is the Automotive accelerator, which was released in May 2020. And there's an update for this. It has a customer 360-degree view, the B2C portal, senior advisor, Canvas app, as well as Power BI dashboard. So I have some slides on those. This is the customer 360 automobile industry form for the customer. So the customer, what are the activities, what are the promotions that have been sent to customer, what are the offers that have been sent to the customer, and what they're interested in. The customer can also look and go to the mod portal for the automobile industry. They can look at existing inventory of the cars as well as do a test drive, and there is a community knowledge base also. There's a Canvas app for service advisors. So when your customer comes in for service, you can have this Canvas app on a iPad or any mobile device, and you can whatever tests are being performed, you can do it using that app itself. So I think this is great for automobile service industry. As well as a vehicle inventory dashboard. So if you are the auto dealer or you want to know how many vehicles you have in your lot, you want to see what is the cost, what is the age of those inventory, and you can get all this reporting right from that app. So automobile industry app is great for the dealership business. One important app which I want to showcase is the Education Accelerator. So the Education Accelerator right now, everybody is learning remote, and all the kids who are doing remote schooling, this is a good app for the schools to have. So that is the student internship application process. So one of the concerns that the kids have during this environment of COVID-19 is what will be the internship process? Will they get an internship or not? And this is an app that showcases how you can manage a student internship application in the education sector. There's also the parent student portal. Now, I'm a parent, I have two kids, and now I'm seeing that I have to take an active part in the coursework. I have to keep up to date on them because it's all remote, and we need to have more interaction with the school administration as well as faculty, and get to know uh, what are the homework or what is the assessment, and at what time what classes are getting done. So this is a great app for that. So it helps the parent to get involved along with the school and be able to manage the students' education process. And there is the attendance app. This is my favorite. If this in this app, you can actually see the attendance of the kids right from a mobile device or an iPad, and you can click on this. That it's great for the teachers who are doing remote schooling, and we are being able to take attendance using a mobile device. So what's coming new in higher education? So the the part that is coming new in higher education app industry accelerator is the tele-advising. This is online advising tool for graduates. So if you are a student, you want to know what is the status of your coursework, what is the any problems you're going to face in completing your degree requirement, as well as you are an advisor. You can set up scheduled meetings with the students. You can do a teleconference. You can chart the progress of your students and guide the student to make sure that they are taking the right course. So I think this is a very critical app currently, that there is no one-on-one interaction. So you can have this tele-advising. You can be remote and be able to make a Teams call and be able to link it with the coursework that the student has to perform. As a university, you can actually view the progress of students and uh, find out what percentage of students are going to graduate this year, and if there is any major action that needs to be taken, you can take it in advance. So this is a new feature that's going to come in soon. Uh, it's probably going to be released in between now and March. Okay, so another important industry accelerator I wanted to discuss is the healthcare industry accelerator. So in healthcare, right now, everybody wants to have take precautions, and but we still be uh, able to access their information. So in the medical doctors and dentists who want to get information about the patients, they can actually use this app, and this app can connect to the EMR, electronic medical records, as well as provide a comprehensive patient portal information also. So this is available now. You can try it out. This is the timeline view. This I think is a great feature. So if you're a patient and you come to a doctor, doctor has to go through multiple pages of your visits that you have done over a time, and really it's the doctor may he or she may miss something important, and this actually timeline view shows you in one screen every interaction, every visit that the patient had with a doctor or a laboratory or any specialist, and you can see and drill down from here, and you can go back. So it's all digital, and we are taking this to a step higher for enabling the doctors to get a better view of the patient's health and be able to provide better healthcare to the patient. So I think this is very cool. Another great thing that Microsoft has in the healthcare app is the care team. So you want to know the patient, who are the caretakers of the patient, who are the doctors, who are the specialists the patient is interacting with. And this is one view that shows you how the healthcare care team, how the patient is has a professional as well as related persons who are taking care of the patients. And this is useful, especially uh, because in certain scenarios, the patient may not be able to take decisions, and you want to make sure who is the person to contact, or who is going to take care of him or her. I know that if my parents are aged and they need some questions to be answered or need some help, the doctor calls me, not my parent, because my parent doesn't understand, my mom doesn't understand and is not able to hear well what the doctor is saying. So I have to interact on behalf of my mom and take care of that. So this is a great app. I really think this is useful and applicable for the healthcare industry. So that was what's available. What's new? So what's coming in the healthcare app? So there are two new, actually there are more, but right now there are two new, which is home health as well as member 360. So the home health is where a nurse, a visiting nurse or a visiting specialist comes to a home, and you are an organization who are sending this specialist to the patient's home. So you want to look at the different cases. You want to be able to do a resource scheduling, which nurse goes to visit how many patients in a day, what is their scheduling looks like. The nurse also needs to know, if I'm doing a visit, what is the history of my patients. I should have a virtual visit tool, so I can make a visit virtually also. My kids are having doctor visits on the phone, on the app, and the nurse doesn't need to physically come in the at home. They can do a virtual initial screening also. And then there are tools for the patients and resources tools. So that's a great cool app that I think will be useful for home health. Uh, Also, there's a member 360. This is the ability for providers and payers to build financial specific based on the HIPAA and HL7 criteria. This is adding financial specifics to the data model. And again, all these apps are built on entities and fields which are on the common data model. So this will be integrated to industry standards, built on industry standards, as well as integrate to other industry uh, products out there. And what's coming soon? So the plan in the near future is to build a life sciences workload app. So this is for uh, bringing new medicine to the to fruit in like for a vaccine development or any new medicine development. So you can do clinical drug trials from this. So you can get better insight for researchers who are doing the clinical drug trials. It enables complex processes, which is and maintaining all the FDA regulations, making sure all the trials are done properly. There are the subjects who are undergoing different trials, and what is the results of it, and how to keep track of those results and be able to report on it. So this is important in the driving the commercialization of medicine. The other one is revenue cycle and talent management, which is coming soon. The patient cycle, revenue management, and talent management. Okay, so manufacturing. So we talked about this one, the supplier management, which is there since May of 2020. We have the supplier onboarding portal. I did give a sneak peek on the onboarding portal. There's an online questionnaire, quality certification, documentation. So along with the questionnaire, you can also store all the certification and which are uploaded from the portal by the supplier, and the EDI integration. So the supplier now has a portal where they can go in and see all their purchases, purchase orders, invoices, what are the balance payments, and have also revisions to the purchase orders uploaded, and get to see, keep a track of all their supplies that they are providing. The new app that's coming in November of 2020 is for traveling sales rep. This is for the sales rep when they are traveling, they need to see the inventory status and what discounts they can offer to the customer. So this is great for people who are manufacturing sales reps and be able to take with them some, have a capability to remote in and get inventory and discounting information. It also gives them a center view of warranty and field service request, and the view manufacturing operations and order status. So one thing I want to see when this app comes out is how it integrates with Dynamics supply 365 supply chain operations. So that would be really cool to see if this manufacturing sales app integrates with supply chain Dynamics 365 supply chain management operations, and that is really great for manufacturing sales reps. So we saw this. This is a supplier relationship portal which I had installed and did a demo on this earlier. This is a supplier qualification questionnaire. It's all the questions that you set up on the supplier portal. You can have a qualification questionnaire. You can look at the general information. Is it a ownership profile? Is it female owned, foreign ownership, small business, minority owned? And this is all required by government agencies. If you are doing business with suppliers who are minority owned or small business, there are some conditions that are required that you need to do 10, 15, 20% of the business, and you have to make sure that you're meeting those criterias. You also have the financial identifiers, capability, certification, sustainability. So all this information you can collect from the supplier questionnaire and then qualify the supplier to do business with using this app. This is the supplier KPI dashboard. You also want the supplier to be up to date on the way they are providing services and products to your organization. So how many purchase orders, what is the state of those purchase orders, what are the pending purchase orders which are to be paid, which are the open purchase orders, what is the payment of the invoices on those purchase orders, which product are key for this relationship between the supplier and the manufacturer, what are the, so all this information, the reporting is coming from a Microsoft Power BI report, which is on the supplier KPI dashboard on this portal. Okay, let's go to this. Okay, so what I want to show now is how to install an industry accelerator. So if you are new to Dynamics 365 or you don't know anything about industry accelerator, this will help you a lot. So you would go to set up a Dynamics 365 demo environment, trials.dynamics.com or the Power Platform website, and you can create a trial demo environment for Dynamics 365. You need to provision the necessary users and licenses for the demo. So if you need a Power BI, you can have a trial 30 days Power BI license along with it. You can also assign, make sure to assign license to the users who are going to be using this demo app for you. So one thing I have learned is to create a portal app. So when you are most of those apps that are there in the industry accelerator also have a portal along with it. And when you are trying to use the portal, I would create a portal app first before installing the industry accelerator. So you go to make.powerapps.com and install a portal app, create a portal app first. So this helps you to have the base solution for the portal, and then you can install the industry accelerator on top of it, which will install the necessary solutions which are specific to that industry accelerator. So there are two places you can get. One is from the app source. So app source is where Microsoft is providing access to this free app. You can also do a test drive on this industry accelerator app. So you can go to app source. I'll show you the location of app source and click on get it now and put in the credentials for your account for Dynamics 365 administrative account on your system so that this app can be installed. It doesn't take much time. I probably took maybe 1 hour or less than 1 hour to install this app, and it does a great job. Microsoft has done a good job in having the ability to just point and click and install the app. If you already know about Dynamics 365 and you can install solutions into your environment, then I would recommend that you should go to GitHub. In the GitHub, you will find all the solutions. So this is the industry accelerator for manufacturing. So I went there and I was able to get the base solution for the manufacturing accelerator as well as the supplier portal. There is a documentation also and how to install this solution. Along with the solution files, you will also get the data files for the sample data, which I showed you. So you can install the sample data once the solution install is complete. So you follow the documentation for the installation and you will be able to get the information as needed. So this is a recommended, I would recommend to go to GitHub and make sure that you are able to download this solution. For uploading the data, you can also use the solution configuration manager and you can upload the data from there. Okay, once that is done, once you have the solution and the data uploaded, that's it. The app is ready and you are able to use this app. So that is so simple and it's really Microsoft has made it very easy for everyone to use it. So let me just show you the GitHub and the one that I was talking about earlier.
We do have two questions real quick, Mihir, if you will have a moment.
Sure, yes, I can take those questions.
Sure. So one of them was, what are the licensing options and costs involved in using the industry accelerators? I thought they were free, but I was like, let me just let you answer that.
Yes, yes. So yes, and the good thing about this is this follows it's all free. Microsoft has made it available for on the GitHub with the industry standard license, free license. So you really don't have to pay anything for it, but I would recommend that you do check with your organization's relationship with Microsoft to make sure that you're okay using this. I also would say that because Microsoft updates this, so keep on checking for the latest solutions. They're all free as far as my knowledge. Everything is free on the industry accelerator and you can use it for a proof of concept and you can build your own solution on top of it.
Yeah.
And you can get information from there. Yeah.
Perfect. And we had one other question, and that was, does resource scheduling in healthcare use the resource scheduling optimization of field service module? I'm guessing that's a no, but again.
Yeah, I've not played with every app, so I'm not sure about that. I can get back to that person if needed. I have not installed, but uh, it may be a flavor of that. I'm not sure what it is exactly using in the backend. I not installed that app for now.
Yeah, because RSO is resource scheduling optimization, and it it's actually an add-on that you can purchase for field service. But I'm
Correct.
guessing you don't have to install field service to use this. So I'm guessing it's just using the customer service one. But yeah, if you could
Yeah.
follow up, that was actually a question from Mark, but I don't think it's using RSO though. So, but yeah, we
No.
could definitely check and follow up with Mark later.
Yep, and I'm sure it doesn't require a field service license, but if it is requirement of so if you're talking about the what's coming in the future, which is for the visiting nurses to go and make visits and schedule that, that
Mhm.
might require, that could be a field service app also, because
Yep.
that app is on their device and they're able to take my thinking is they are able to take vitals, any measure, any healthcare requirements like blood pressures, weight monitoring, other things, and enter it on the app on a mobile device and then upload it to Dynamics 365. So it might
Yeah,
have a
and
field
they could
service.
even use, I love using that app for healthcare. I actually just did an article on my website about it
Mhm.
because what you're saying is actually a really good point, right? If they need to go on site and like do all these things and take blood pressure, they can even use inspections for that as well, right? So great,
Correct.
great. Those were the questions so far. So I'm
Okay.
gonna be quiet now.
Yep. So yeah, I'm going to briefly go over this. So I this is the industry accelerator for manufacturing. The base solution is right here. This is the installation guide. This is the portal. So if you follow the installation guide and you are able to download all these files and upload them into your environment, and it allows you to install the industry accelerator. Once you have installed it, you will be able to see. Let me just show you where I have. It's probably in a different window. Okay, it's right here. So if you go to Power Apps, okay, I'm just signing in. Okay, so this is the portal supplier management. This is a solution that gets installed with the manufacturing industry accelerator. And you also have the portal. This is the demo portal which I installed. And then one thing you have to do is make sure that you integrate the demo portal that you have created along with the supplier management portal, and that's how they will talk to each other. You can add any other app in top on top of this, but I would recommend to do one app per environment so you can actually test drive it properly. Okay, going back to my presentation, I think I'm almost to the end. Okay, so we have the app ready. Okay, thank you. Any questions? Any more questions?
I don't see anything in the chat. Guys, you can even unmute if you have additional questions for me here.
Okay, so in the references I have mentioned, one is the 2020 Wave 2 Industry Accelerators. So this is the place you can go to see what's coming. Briefly, I talked about the 5 industries and what's coming. So all this is information is provided in this location by Microsoft, docs.microsoft.com. And there's the app source for Dynamics 365, Industry Accelerator, as well as GitHub in here. So prizes. So great news is we are giving away prizes. There is a $50. There are three $50 Amazon gift card prices, or maybe more. Uh, but important that you should do a social media post using the hashtag Dynamics 365 Wave to Saturday. The most social media posts will win. And you have to also complete the survey. So please do the survey. That would be helpful. And that's it. And thank you very much, everyone.
We have a couple more questions here.
Okay.
Somebody is asking, are there any accelerators planned for housing solutions?
I have not seen that, but Microsoft does come out with new accelerators, so maybe it's a good recommendation that can be
Yeah,
provided for the
I love
construction
that.
industry. Yeah, construction industry accelerator. That's a good idea. Yeah.
And there's another question here. Can you explain about the licensing requirement for the accelerators? Because they're installed on top of an existing. So somebody's asking, do you know what is needed for each of those?
Yes, so you need to have the Dynamics 365 license if you are doing a production environment installation. If you are doing a demo installation, you just need to have a free Dynamics 365 trial, which is a 30-day trial, and you can probably extend the trial by talking to Microsoft. But if you are installing it in a production environment, or you want to install it in a production environment, you will need the license for Dynamics 365, license for the portals. If you're using Power BI in your organization, you need the users to have the Power BI license to be able to share any Power BI reports or dashboards within that app. So those are the three that I am aware of, which I think you will need. In addition to that, if you are doing any EDI or developing integrations using Azure, you will need the Azure integration licenses for Azure Service Bus or Azure APIs that you create in Azure. So those are separate. That I am not sure depending on what your business requirements are, but at least you will need Dynamics 365, Portal, and Power BI. Those are the three you will need. So
Yeah. And guys, I also actually just noticed if you actually go to App Source, and on the right-hand side, it actually says products. So for example, the Automotive Accelerator says products, Dynamics 365 sales, and Power Apps. So I
correct.
think, yeah, so there you go. Mihir is pulling it up. So I guess
Yep.
that's kind of showing you some of the things that you would need for that. This is the manufacturing that just shows Power Apps. So I'm not sure why the other one says that, but yeah.
Yep.
And somebody is asking, is that just any app license will cover accelerator, or are there specific licenses? I guess it depends on the accelerator, right?
Right. Yes. So it depends on which accelerator you are using.
Mm.
For example, if you are using the manufacturing accelerator, you would need to have Power Apps or Dynamics 365. So the products it is supporting is Power Apps, Dynamics 365 SCM, as well as sales.
Right. That's good that it says that.
Yeah.
And somebody else was asking if you can share your slides.
Yes. So Diane, I will share my slide
Yep.
with you, and then
Yep.
you can forward it to anybody who's interested. Yes, I can do that.
Perfect. Perfect. That was such a great session, Mihir. Anybody else have any other questions from here? So don't forget to, go ahead online and go to the survey. I just copied and pasted in the chat. We're actually giving away a $50 Amazon gift card, and every time you do a session survey, you're going to get entered. So if you do 5 surveys, you're going to get entered 5 times to win that Amazon gift card.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to stop presenting now. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be hanging